Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Let's talk biology. Today I am telling you how blood flow through heart. As you can see, there is a diagram. Our heart has 4 chambers: right atrium, right ventricle, left ventricle. Our heart receive blood from the body which is deoxygenated. These vena cava brings blood into the heart, and the right atrium receive deoxygenated blood through these vena cava. When right atrium gets filled by the blood, it start to contract, and by the contraction of the right atrium there are walls, that these walls get open and the blood rush into the right ventricle. When right ventricle filled by the blood, it start to contract, and by the contraction of the right ventricle there are walls. These walls get open. These walls are present between the right ventricle and pulmonary artery. Pair of lungs get deoxygenated blood from the right ventricle through pulmonary artery. Now the blood is oxygenated by the lungs, and lungs give the blood to the heart. Pulmonary vein carried oxygenated blood into left atrium. When left atrium get enough blood and start to contract, and there are the walls, these walls get open and blood rush into the left ventricle. When left ventricle get enough blood, it start to contract, and there are the walls present between the ventricle and the aorta. These walls get open and the blood rush into the aorta. Aorta is large artery that carries oxygenated blood from the heart, and this oxygenated blood is circulate into the body, where body is waiting for the oxygenated blood. There are 4 walls into the heart. First wall present between the right atrium and right ventricle, and second wall present between the right ventricle and the pulmonary artery, this one, and the third wall present between the left atrium and left ventricle, and the fourth wall is present between the left ventricle and the aorta. These 4 walls are AV wall, arterioventricular wall. Second wall is pulmonary semilunar wall. Semi means half moon, lunar means moon, half moon shaped. This wall has a half moon shape, that's why it is known as semi-lunar wall. And third wall is again a AV wall, arterioventricular wall, and the fourth wall is aorta semilunar. This wall is present between the aorta and the ventricle, left ventricle. This is a summary how blood flow into the heart. The body get deoxygenated blood, and body has deoxygenated blood, and this deoxygenated blood carried into the heart through vena cava, and it is received by the right atrium, and right atrium give this blood to the right ventricle, and the right ventricle give this blood to the lungs through the pulmonary artery. And in the lungs, the deoxygenated blood will rush, and oxygen is mixed with the deoxygenated blood, and the blood become oxygenated. It will rush into the left atrium. Now the left atrium get the oxygenated blood through pulmonary vein. Now left atrium give blood to the left ventricle. Then left ventricle start to contract, and it will give or the blood will rush into the aorta, and from the aorta the body get oxygenated blood. This is the whole circulation of the heart, or you can say the how blood flow through the heart. Thank you.